rocking and we're rolling.
Ooh, rocking and rolling Barbara Ann?
What up, boys?
That's really the highest level of rock and rolling you could possibly do.
Barbara Ann levels.
I agree.
Yeah.
Barbara Ann is when you know you've peaked. And
Yeah.
Speaking of Barbara Ann, I went to Santa Barbara last week.
Ooh,
How was
what a
that?
great fucking segue, smooth as butter.
I know. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the episode.
So tell us, what was SB like?
well, that's where I saw Krongbin.
Oh, nice. Do they have a bowl there?
Yeah, they have a bowl there. It's way smaller than the Hollywood Bowl, but honestly, liked it way more. You could
Probably just chiller
way
vibes.
chiller vibes. Santa Barbara is beautiful.
Krongbin being there is also going to add to the chill.
Oh, dude, they were chill, and their opening band, who I forget the name of now. God, the guy's name was something Kirby and the something. Fucking weird little jazz band. The flute player, who wasn't even the lead of the band. I thought he was until
Jack Kirby.
Jack
Kirby himself.
Jack Kirby's resurrected body. He's leading a jazz band now. But you would have liked it, Cody. It was really weird, funky vibes.
Oh, I am sure.
Very quirky. And then, of course, Krongbin, which I finally just realized how to pronounce their name correctly. It is
I was going to say, is that how you pronounce it?
It is, because I looked it up. Because I've always been pronouncing it different ways. I guess it's Thai for airplane.
They rule. I've seen them twice.
That was my first time. They're awesome. And dude, guess who's coming to LA in October, Cody? Nation of Language. Remember?
They rule.
Yeah. So I've been really onto them since December. So I see they're playing in LA in October. So I'm going to try and go see them.
Dude, they played 1-2-3, which you guys have been there. That's a tiny ass venue.
It's a tiny little
Dude,
room.
it was,
they're playing a big theater in LA.
It was awesome.
I like their sound a lot. I just got Joey onto it too. So
they're so good.
yeah.
Nice.
Anyways, that's my Barbara Ann update.
Nice. Anthony, do you have any Barbara Ann updates for the pod?
No, but I do have a Joe Pesci update.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Oh,
What? Yeah. What do you mean a Joe Pesci?
Right.
Are you amending a previous Pesci?
No, it's both a Joe Pesci update and a Luana update. So my daughter's about to turn 1, right? So
and you're changing her name to Joe Pesci.
come on, you ruined the big surprise. But so we have a bunch of toys around the house, and I have a Joe Pesci Funko Pop from Goodfellas.
Yeah.
No, it's the casino one. Well, I have both, but this is the casino one. But she's seen both. This is the fun part.
Both movies.
Luana has seen both Casino and this 1-year-old baby.
Anthony hasn't even seen both of those movies.
No, I like that.
No,
That's
I mean,
hilarious.
she's seen both Funko Pops. But
I was about to say.
God damn it, let me finish the story. So I've been saying oh, go find this toy, and she'll actually know who I'm talking about. So today I just as a joke I was like, go get Joe Pesci, and she looked around the room, she scanned it real quick, and she grabbed the Funko Pop out of all the toys, and she's like, yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah,
That's
so my
awesome.
daughter knows Joe Pesci.
Well, just for that, we got to give her a 6.
Yeah,
she
Luana
just
gets a
gets
6.
Yeah, Luana gets a 6.
Wait, Cody, you are drinking a beer? Okay, I need to go get a beer real quick then, because I want to play a drinking game for this episode, even if it's just
Wait, I don't have any beer.
Do you have? I didn't. I just thought of it because I didn't realize Cody was gonna have a beer. Okay.
All right, go get the beer. Go get the beer.
Yeah, give me 1 second, and then I'll tell you the drinking game we have to play.
All right.
Son of a bitch.
So, yeah. What's up? What's up, baby boy?
What's up with you, baby boo boo?
Not a lot. Just fucking working myself.
You hanging in there? You alive?
I mean, you see me. So barely.
That doesn't mean you're alive.
Dude, I'm fucking tuckered. I just been working myself to the bone.
John Tuckered must die?
Yeah, you know, the one and only. John Tuckered must die.
Oh, man.
All right, sorry, I'm back with a beer.
Nice. What are you drinking tonight? Stella?
No, I don't have Stella tonight. I have a Sapporo.
Oh, Sapporo rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sapporo's
I have
cool.
a Yangling.
Nice.
America's
Hey.
oldest brewery.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, I think the CEO, either the CEO or the founder, but one of the two, their name, Dick Yingling.
Hey.
Dude, we gotta get him on the pod just for his name. Dick Yingling.
Also, I realize I can't tell you the drinking game until you say it, Cody, but it involves Cody saying something.
Oh, it's a classic Cody saying, I guess.
Not really.
What am I gonna
No?
say?
I can't
Fellas?
tell you. I don't want to affect the outcome. It's like quantum physics, you know. If like the observer sees something, it might change the way the experiment works. You know.
Oh, interesting.
I've already said too much. We must continue.
Okay, wow.
Well, we're gonna have to keep an eye out for it.
Cody does not like not knowing.
I don't like that.
I know. He seriously.
Just, by the way, should we talk about what we brought up over the weekend right now to see what the fans think?
Ooh, you want to throw that?
You want to throw it out for the?
You want to throw our
to
private
decide?
HQ conversation?
It's coming all the way from the top.
First of all, I don't
It's
even
been a
think we've made a big stink at all to say that our Patreon is done for now. I don't think we said that on an episode.
No, we haven't.
Okay, well, as an update, we no longer have Patreon, you guys,
Yeah.
dear listeners.
Yeah, we're taking a break. Anthony's too busy being a dad and shit.
Yeah. I can't help it.
He can.
I'm teaching my daughter to recognize Joe Pesci. You know, it's a tough
He's showing his daughter Scorsese movies at one, but not
Yeah.
doing the Patreon.
Yeah, 3-hour-long movies.
priorities, you know. She can only get so much screen time in a day, you know, so it's got to be the classics.
Ooh, I do
That's true.
want
That's a
to
good
talk
point.
about one thing. So no Patreon, that's new. But I do want to say
Just brush
that
over that.
I do want to say that I watched the Pee Wee Herman doc.
Yes.
Pee Wee as himself.
Mm.
Dude, literally incredible. I've been in
I
a
wanna
deep
watch it.
depression for like a while now. And
Depression mode.
yeah,
Hey.
dude. But it's the first thing in a while that's like brought me real joy and hope.
Dude, exactly.
Nice.
Pee
That's what we
There's
Wee.
need.
hope for you, Cody.
Paul Rubens, R.I.P. the GOAT.
The GOAT,
Hey,
the greatest.
there he
you know,
is.
I always have him on deck. They're actually making a NECA figure of him. Did you see that one, Jake?
Whoa.
I'm getting that
No,
one.
I didn't.
Yeah.
That's sick.
I love Paul
Sick.
Rubens. Yeah.
Me too.
Paul Rubens is the goat.
I feel like I could play him in a biopic. Let me
You should.
audition.
Whoa, you think you could play Paul Rubens?
Anthony, you have to be way.
I'm
Yeah,
Pee
we
Wee
audition
energy.
right now. Audition
Yeah,
right now.
do it.
Here it is.
Throw me a line. I don't know. I said too much. Shit. Come on.
Say
You
a
guys put me on
classic
the
Pee Wee
spot.
line. Be like from one of his movies.
Yeah, I'm
Just
trying
say,
to. I don't know if I could do his voice
with a
though.
Pee Wee monologue.
I know you are, but
If
what
you
am
can't
I?
do the voice,
Yeah,
then
the
how are you gonna
voice.
play
Yeah,
it?
the voice is Pee
Hey, I
Wee's
just threw
voice.
one out
90%
there.
of
Was that
it.
not good?
Even,
Oh, you didn't hear me?
Wait, sorry.
I know you are, but what am I? Like it's just
okay.
like that
I
kid.
accept
I
it.
have to
Okay.
practice
It needs
that.
work.
It kind of sounded like it was like from Rocket Power or something.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I've been like, even when I was younger, said like, I don't think it was a compliment.
I think
by
you
the
look
way.
like him.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
Yeah.
Okay, I
I've
can
got
see
the
that.
look. I've got the Paul Rubens look.
Yes. The jerking off in a theater look.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I were to peg any of us for jerking off in a theater, it's you, Anthony.
Hey, what can I say?
in his defense, he was jerking off in a porn theater. He wasn't at like an actual regular movie
honestly,
theater.
especially after watching the documentary, anybody that tries to still, after all these years, talk smack about my boy Paul is catching hands
On site.
Yeah.
on site.
Yeah. No, we're down with jerking off in jerk off theaters.
Yeah,
guys.
that's what they were built for.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take that as a badge of honor if that's what you guys are putting on.
Well, God, there's no segue.
How can you from that? Speaking of
You
jerking
know
off
who
in
else
movies,
jerked off in a theater?
Of the Avengers, I think this is the one that's most. Is he? Probably.
which Avenger would most likely jerk off in a movie theater? Hawkeye. Okay.
Hawkeye. Yeah.
Oh, wait, nice. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Comics and Chronic. We are talking Hawkeye by Matt Fraction with art by
David Aja. Also, I guess we're kind of shitty. We're not always pointing out like the letters and the colors, the colorist on comics, but like The colors on this
Hollingsworth,
comic,
my
Matt
boy.
Hollingsworth, yeah, they're so important to the way the comic looks and functions. So like gotta
true.
shout him out. And then Chris Eliopolous on the letters, because I think like just like one small detail about this comic, sometimes the letters are lowercase, like for narration and stuff, which in comics is generally not the case. It's usually always capital. Like even something
True.
small like that makes this comic fucking stand out. So just the whole creative team just fucking bringing it, you know. There's other artists too, by the way, but
Yeah, there's like and honestly I wish it was Aha all the way.
That's
You know
true.
what
I would
mean?
say the issues when it is the other artists are probably my least favorite.
but I don't hate them. Javier Pulido and then Francesco Francavilla. We know Afterlife with Archie.
We know
Francavilla,
Francesco.
yeah.
All right.
Javier Pulido, his art reminded me of The Private Eye, Marcos Martin. It kind of had
Okay.
that
It
vibe
has
to
similarities.
it. You know? I almost thought
I
it was
could
him
see
at
it.
first.
I could
you
see
know?
it. I could see it.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was bad. It was just this is how I would feel about any run, even Immortal Hulk. Whenever there's an interruption in art style, for me personally, it might be like a slight autismal thing. It's just kind of like jarring for me. And then it's like, boom, you have to get back into it. It's like, I just wish we would just have the same creative team throughout the whole thing.
No, I feel you. I agree.
So it's not a critique on them. It's just how I feel about any long run that has a few issues where a different artist comes in. It's just like,
Yeah, no, totally valid. I feel that.
But yeah, no, the art was perfectly fine. And this book was perfectly dope.
Yeah. I mean,
Truly
even the
awesome.
covers, I don't even want to sleep on the covers. Like, it had great covers from
Oh,
start
the
to
covers were awesome.
Yeah.
The art style, like it takes place in modern day, but you can see a lot of like 60s influence and like stuff like
Especially
that.
in California.
With
Especially when
Kate
Kate's in
Bishop.
Los Angeles.
Which honestly, Kate Bishop and Hawkeye, two characters that truthfully outside of this run, I never gave a shit about. And
Yeah,
now
true.
I'm like, oh, I love these guys.
Yeah. No, that's important because exactly, like Hawkeye is not the character where you're like, yeah, Hawkeye, I'm going to pick up a Hawkeye comic. This is really the only one where I would be like, yes, you know, like it's more important about all the creative team that made it happen more than the character. You know, like that's when you know you've got a good writer, good artist. Like they're making you give a shit about someone you wouldn't even think about. Like, you know, because I do know, like at first glance, it's almost a hard sell to be like, go read a Hawkeye comic. You know, that's like low on people's
is.
list of
It
priorities
is.
of what to read, you know?
Yeah.
Also, I do want to say that this comic is like, it's a superhero comic for sure, but it's also very much a slice of life comic.
Yeah.
Which is
For
something
sure.
have we covered any books that are just like slice of life offhand?
I think
I don't-
we have. I can't think of them right now, but I feel like we have.
If we did, it's rare. I agree, Cody. Yeah, yeah. I like that kind of comic.
We don't do it often. And
Yeah,
for it
that's
to
true.
like walk that line, like there's still action and there's still, but it's like much more. The stakes are so low that it like everything matters. You know what I mean?
And it's very grounded in like this isn't, even though it takes place in the Marvel universe and you do have nods to like grander Marvel things. Once again, like you even see like people like Kingpin, this is very like kind of street level. Like
Yes.
this is not like cosmic aliens coming to fuck up New York. This is literally a bunch of Russian gangsters coming to take a building.
Yeah, the tracksuit mafia.
The Tracksuit
Yeah.
Mafia, yeah. Hilarious. Like this book is really genuinely funny too. And not like it's not forced at all. Like the humor is just in a lot. You know, like it just works really well.
You can tell the Hawkeye series took a ton from this.
A
Yeah.
ton. Yeah, that's what I was saying when we watched it. Yeah.
A lot. And didn't even nail it.
No.
I wouldn't say they nailed it, but they
I
got a lot
would.
right. No, I
would.
see. I thought they got a lot right, which is
I
why
think
I
they
like
got
the
a
show.
decent amount right, but not
Yeah.
a ton.
No, I mean it was going
Not
to be
enough
hard.
for me to like it.
Like first off, like one of the characters, the clown, that clown dude that's like part of that joins the Tracksuit Mafia.
Yeah.
He's in the show, but he's just a regular Tracksuit Mafia dude. He's like the main guy that you always see, like with the curly hair. Remember that
Yeah.
dude in the show? Like
Yeah.
that's who that's supposed to be, Kazi. So like I don't know why they changed him so much. But like I thought, like okay, Kate Bishop, she's great. I think the live action version of her like translated really well. And then I think like even this book is already kind of MCU synergy with Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye because he has that look.
He has Hawkeye energy. He has Jeremy Renner Hawkeye energy. In this
Yeah,
book.
so it kind of went back and forth. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because if you read a Hawkeye comic before this, it is not the same.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
Which is why I think this is just like a great standalone comic in every sense of the word, meaning like if you've never read Hawkeye and if you've never even read a comic, I would easily suggest this to somebody. It's just Hawkeye as a character is the hard selling point to, I think, anybody, unless they're a hardcore fan, and even then.
Do you think you can just jump right into this without knowing any Hawkeye back? I don't know if I would agree with that.
What do you need to know about his backstory, honestly, except what he keeps telling you?
Why is he not an Avenger right now? Why is he just chilling in his building? I feel like there's stuff
he is
that
an
happened.
Avenger. He keeps
I know, but
that he is.
I feel like there's stuff that has happened beforehand that like we don't know as to like why he's just kind of.
No, that's what I'm saying. Nothing you read would affect that specific what's happening here. Small details, yes, but nothing. I get what you're saying, but it's not it.
I do think that this comic benefits from knowing more about Marvel Universe in general, but I don't think it's required. You know what I mean?
That's all I'm trying to say. Like, there's not like extensive reading you need to do before this, because I'm telling you, this is like the first Hawkeye comic I ever read.
Same.
Something they do mention, like, okay, in the very first issue, which isn't even part of the official run, like in the omnibus or any collected edition, I'm assuming it's like Young Avengers Presents.
Yeah, because it's Kate Bishop and Ronan and all of that stuff.
Right. That's when it feels like it's steeped in the Marvel universe, because that's a different series entirely.
Yeah.
But like the rest of it, like I think you could just hop in and you'll be fine. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, there's details and stuff and characters pop up. Like, there's the issues where you get Black Widow and Spider-Woman and Mockingbird and, you might not even know it's Spider-Woman.
Mockingbird, that's who I forgot. I kept trying to remember who that was, but it's Mockingbird.
Right, and he says it's his ex-wife, and that's their backstory. So, like, they tell you straight up. So, it doesn't really change whether you know it or not. I don't know. I'm just a really big fan of this comic, and, like, I think anyone could read it. I don't think it's...
Here's something I'm wondering, guys. Have we, as far as omnibuses go, have we only covered Marvel omnibuses?
Yeah. Like the closest we came with DC was Flashpoint, but that wasn't an omnibus. It was just like the event. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
I mean, while we didn't do the omnibusy of this, we did cover the entire Sandman run.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And we did cover all of Velvet.
Right.
True, but yeah, that's not like an omnibus.
Right. But I get what you're saying. Like when we're talking about doing Wonder Woman, the Brian Azzarello run, like that probably will be our first official DC omnibus talk.
Damn.
Nice.
That's pretty wild. We've done like almost 300 episodes, and there's so much we haven't talked about.
So much.
I'm
we
ashamed.
barely scratched the surface.
I'm ashamed.
It's crazy that we just got to this comic, I would say.
This was one of the first comics I suggested when we started the pod.
Probably, yeah.
I am certain of it.
Yeah, I believe you, because this is, I'll say this, one of the best comics ever. One of my favorite comics ever. One of the best comics in the last like 10, 15 years. I think it just sets the bar really high, and, not a lot of comics could do what this run did. I don't know. Start to finish. Chef's kiss.
I don't know if I'd make such a bold statement.
Ooh.
I don't know if I'd put it up there with one of my best comics ever.
Ooh.
I liked it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm probably not going to give it what you guys are going to give it.
Oh.
I know Jake's not giving it a 6.
I'm not giving it a 6. I'll be
felt
straight
my
up.
soul leaving my body a little bit.
Hey,
I
sorry.
knew I was. I mean, I'm more aligned with Anthony. I love this comic. I think I just like, maybe it's just because I'm a loser, but I really resonate with Hawkeye.
See, I'm not a loser, so I can't relate to Hawkeye. You know, I just don't get it. What is it like?
It sucks, buddy. That's just like Hawkeye. I'm always sad.
And you're going deaf as well.
And self-sabotaging.
Yeah, self-sabotaging.
No, I liked this book, and I'm going to give it a high number. I just, I didn't love it, and I definitely won't put it up there in my top.
See, the number doesn't matter to me. The fact that you're saying that is interesting to me, because I think this is, I just think, to me, it's just one of the best runs ever. The art does change, but like just what David Aja is doing in his issues, and like from issue 1, I'm hooked. Like just the way that everything is paneled, and like you get these close-ups, and they're very specific, and like some pages could have like 14 panels sometimes, and it's just because they're showing you every little beat. Like not every comic does that. That's very unique to this comic. David Aja's art, the coloring especially.
I would give the art a 6. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like I think it just elevates. Like, and Matt Fraction, I'm not sleeping on him at all. This is great writing, like.
No, I'm not sleeping, but there were moments where it was a little hard for me to read. Sometimes the way they're talking is a little like jarring, to be honest. I felt like I constantly have to reread what they were saying because it to me it seemed like some of the dialogue tried a little hard to be like caught like when you turn on the TV and you just came in the middle of a conversation. It felt like there were a lot of conversations that were like that. And I felt like that didn't always translate well.
I see what you mean.
Onto page. And so there were literal moments. It wasn't hard to read like visually. I was just like, oh wait, like in a way I give them credit because like cool, like it was hard to read and that this is how these people talk. But there were just some moments, especially where like Kate Bishop's on the phone talking to the SHIELD and the FBI agent person. It was just like a little like difficult. And I found myself having to like kind of either go back and reread it or it just didn't flow for me, the reading.
You should have hustled then if you didn't.
I mean, dude, you got to hustle and flow.
That's the problem.
That's not up to me. That's up to the dude. Fucking DJ Qualls made that beat, and we all were hustling and flowing to it. It's up to the artist, to the creative team.
Who would you cast DJ Qualls as in this comic?
Hawkeye.
Ooh, see, you think Hawkeye? I would say I was gonna cast him as Kate Bishop's LA boyfriend.
The Herald?
Is that one guy that's like she meets in the gas station or not Harold. Harold's the homeless guy. Yeah, in the supermarket.
Harold's the dude with the bodies. He's getting the bodies changed up all the time.
Yeah.
What? Am I mixing people up?
It sounds like you're mixing comics up.
Yeah, I don't remember her having an LA boyfriend.
Yeah, she doesn't have a boyfriend.
I mean, it's not a boyfriend. It's just the guy that she saves.
Harold.
Was his name Harold?
Yes.
Oh. For some reason, I thought his name was something else.
No.
I think it's like Harold H. Harold or
something. It's literally Harold H. Harold.
That's so funny.
But yeah, no, I still liked it, and I'm glad I own it.
Yeah, everyone should own this.
Yeah. Dude, I loved it. I loved it. I love the art. I love Pizza Dog.
Pizza Dog.
Pizza Dog was great.
Oh, can I show you guys this?
What?
This is from Arsenal Comics.
Pizza Dog
Arsenal
figure?
Comics exclusive. No, I wish. Tony Fleece did Pizza Dog.
Pizza Dog.
And it's like, stray dogs kind of style.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
That is cool.
I need this.
Is that just like a reissue of one of the issues or something?
No, it's a store exclusive. So Arsenal Comics, it's in LA.
Oh.
Right? Somewhere over there.
Crazy. So it's like a single issue that they did? Or did he just do the cover?
It's just a cover. It's just a cover. So
gotcha.
it's Kate Bishop Hawkeye issue 1, and it's a variant cover.
Gotcha.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved Kate Bishop. I
like her a lot.
This is the first time I cared about a young Avenger at all.
Well, it's funny now reading this, and I do like Haley Steinfeld a lot. I have no problem keeping her, but I don't know if if I had read this first and then they were like cast Hawkeye, I don't know if I would go for Haley Steinfeld. I feel like I might lean towards someone else.
Who would you cast?
I don't know, but she seems older in this. For one, they literally talk about having sexual tension between each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but it's also like
in the Disney version, she's like clearly like a college age, and it would be weird for her to hook up with Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye. But in this one, they kind of like hint about. Like,
I mean,
he is attractive, but I'm not gonna.
I just think that I think she's like literally only 20 in this. I just think that she found 30, 2-year-old or 5-year-old or however old Hawkeye's supposed to be in this hot. You know what I mean? And obviously she's a Marvel lady, or like a comic book woman, so she's gonna be hot.
Ooh, you know who I would cast? I know right away who I would do it.
Who?
Cody, you're gonna know. I don't know her name, but she's the girl in Heretic who died.
Oh, Sophie Thatcher.
Yes, I would cast her as Hawkeye.
Sophie Thatcher.
Yeah, she was in Yellow Jackets. She was in Companion.
She's in a new movie where she's a robot, I think.
Companion.
Oh, is that what it is? Companion.
Yeah, it's with Jack Quaid. Super mid, if I'm being honest.
That's Jack Quaid's bread and butter.
Yeah, for sure. She was the best part of it.
I'm sure she was.
Jack Quaid sucks. What a stinker.
But I would cast her, based on reading this Hawkeye, that's who I would cast as Hawkeye. I would cast her.
Oh, I watched Novocaine. Did you guys see
You told
that?
us. You told us.
Yeah.
You said it sucked.
That was another
Stinky.
episode where you hate Jack Quaid.
Dude, I'll never not hate Jack Quaid.
I think it's the same episode where I think it started like, yeah, Anthony, you would be Jack Quaid. You could play him in the boys. We never quite figured out if it was a diss or what.
That's the good ambiguity of it all.
Yeah.
No, I feel like just me saying two things that I didn't like makes you guys think that I hate it.
No, not at all.
I liked it. I didn't love it, but I'm glad I read it.
I do think that like overall, just like stylistically and stuff like that, this is more mine and Anthony's bread and butter than yours.
Yeah.
Mid.
Especially because it's not. No way.
Mid is wrong.
I'll put a more emphasis on it. Like, you're not gonna find this in other comics. You know, there are similar
That's
things
true.
and cool,
That's
and
true.
maybe even cooler things. You know, like I've seen really inventive things in comics, but this is really one of a kind. I really want to stress that. Like, it's just. The whole creative team comes together in a way that it's just like, to me, it's magic because I've really read this run. This is probably my third time reading it, and it hits just as hard, you know, like, and there's so much to eat up on every page, you know, but then at the same time, like, exactly, like the art could be like really simplistic and still hurt.
I liked
you know?
the simplistic art.
Right.
I want to read more David Aja for sure.
Yeah. He has, I think there's an indie comic called The Trees that looked really cool. But like at the end of the omnibus, which I didn't realize until obviously I got to the end of the book, but he has a playlist for all the issues that he drew.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I just did like a quick sampling, but a lot of it is like really cool jazz, right? Like either like frantic, like, oh no, I'm caught up in the city jazz, or like, you know, late
That's
night,
cool.
rainy, Hey Arnold in his room jazz kind of vibes.
Hey
you know?
Arnold.
No, you know exactly what I mean though.
I do know
what
what
you
you
mean.
mean.
So like I thought that was
Like
cool because
lo-fi
that's
jazz.
yeah, but like without even seeing these, the comic did have that vibe. Like, you know, it's like an old spy almost, like in some ways, and this is why I'm kind of surprised you don't really love it, Jake. Because
You better
like,
not say what I think you're going to say, but go on.
You might say it like story wise, like what Kate's doing and what she finds out in LA about the body doubles and shit like that. But like even David Aja's art, like there was a Brubaker-esque
I knew
element to it.
Like,
You don't agree?
There is a slight Brubaker-esque. I thought you were gonna.
I would say
more like talk about like Velvet type vibes.
no. I wouldn't say
I just mean
Velvet.
like the spy story set in LA, conspiracies happening with
Human
Hollywood.
Target.
That's
Target-esque.
true.
Ooh,
It definitely,
even
yeah.
a little bit of that.
I would say there's definitely some more Human Target-esque things. But yeah, I would take Human Target over this. I know they're two completely different fucking things.
I think Human Target has the benefit of being a shorter, more concise story rather than a full-length run. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this was 23 issues.
And the way it leaves off, you think there could be more, but it just never finished.
I mean, no, there is more. But it's just not the same creative team. Like, actually, okay, you know how like Immortal Hulk, and I stick to this where it's really hard to follow that up. It's too good a story.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with this, but Jeff Lemire hops on right after this.
Whoa.
And it's nowhere near the same, don't get me wrong. But like he also writes a good fucking comic, you know? So it's a really good Hawkeye story from him, like more about his past.
Nice.
But also, Jake, you read Jeff Lemire's Arrow New 52 run, which I thought was really great.
I love that.
And in a similar way, like the way it uses the art to like show arrows and stuff and the action, I thought like I don't like that one as much as this, but I thought
Ooh.
it has a lot of similarities in like its uniqueness and its Archer superhero, you know?
That's funny. Now that you say that, I think I do like that Arrow more than this.
Okay. We definitely need to talk about it.
I like that. That was a pleasant surprise. And probably, if truth be told, the first and only Green Arrow book I've ever read.
Another similarity, like with Hawkeye, exactly. Yeah.
The archers in DC and Marvel tend to not get much respect.
Yeah.
With good
No respect.
reason.
With good reason. But yeah, it takes a good run like this to kind of be like, yo, these guys are cool too.
Okay, I hate to backpedal a little bit,
Uh-oh.
but I thought of a better casting for Qualls.
Okay.
Hawkeye's brother.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Barney,
Yeah,
that little
Barney.
bitch.
Yeah. Dude, Barney was awesome, though.
Yeah,
Barney
a
was
bit-
pretty cool.
He was dope.
Why do they have beef though? I found that confusing. Like I know, like they had kind of beef, and he's like, "I'm gonna come find you," and you took the money, and he's like, "No, you're not."
Yeah, because he took the money that he had for the for the building. Like Hawkeye just says like during the whole run, he's like, I just have money. Like he's talking to Tony Stark. He's like, are you sure you don't need any? He's like, no, trust me, I have money.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I think it just adds to the, I don't think
No,
they
but
ever
why
explain where he gets it from.
No, but Barney has beef.
Yeah, but Barney's beef with Hawkeye. Like,
I
why
just
is
assume
Hawkeye-
maybe it is something like going back to what you said. Maybe it's one of those details where if you've read older Hawkeye books, it's connecting to that. I just assume, you know, they're brothers that love each other,
That's
but
true.
they get
have,
up
like,
into some
brotherly
shit.
beef.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like he wouldn't actually kill his brother, but now like his brother just robbed him. So he's like, all right.
But also saved that single mom and her 2 kids.
Right. It's bittersweet, you know, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Barney's a good guy in my
I
book.
liked Barney. Cody,
Yeah.
you would be Barney, I think. In this.
Cody is Barney.
Anthony, you're probably Hawkeye.
Really, me,
And
Hawkeye?
I'm not Hawkeye, I'll tell you that.
Jake's not Hawkeye.
Jake is a tracksuit dude.
I'm either the tracksuit dude or the clown.
The clown.
I think you're the clown for sure.
The clown also felt like a Brubaker Velvet-esque.
Yeah,
That's
he
what I
did
would say.
look like a Brubaker type character.
That's what I mean. Like David Aja, I want to see him hook up with Brubaker if they haven't already.
Ooh.
Like that would be a sick combo.
That'd be
That
sick.
would be a sick combo.
I also think, and I don't know if this is true, that do you know what the Marvel method is? Have you heard about this? Like it's the way they used to make comics back in the day, where like, so if Stan Lee was working with an artist, he's basically just like kind of just telling you what's happening on each page, but not really breaking it down more than that. Like the Jack Kirby or whoever the artist is would have to really break down everything and sometimes even write dialogue. But I don't know if this was for every issue or the whole run, but I've heard that David Aja would just draw everything and then Matt Fraction would just fill that in with his dialogue,
Okay, nice.
which is still an interesting thing to do and like still, you know, impressive, I would say, because this comic has great dialogue, you know?
Facts.
I do feel I do feel like Kate Bishop is like very, very accurately portrayed as like a young adult woman. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I think she feels very human. And the way she talks about Hawkeye, the way she's like conflicted about him. She's like that big, dumb, fucking beautiful ass. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't, they don't
doesn't
swear.
say that, but yeah.
But you know, and they do swear. They do swear.
They do curse,
but,
yeah.
but it's all bleeped out.
Yeah.
Or throughout the comics, instead of saying fuck, they'll say futz.
Futz, yeah.
Futz.
See, if
I
I'm being
love
honest,
futz.
like things like that, like I don't know, that's not sometimes the overuse of bro. It kind of just like got
Bro,
annoying
bro.
to me. Yeah. Although it is accurate because just a little side note, I do have this what is he? He's this Armenian coke dealer out here who says bro like in every sentence.
Yeah, I knew a ton of people like that in high school.
And he's like, yo, bro, okay, bro, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah, hey, bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
when I
bro,
lived in New
cuz.
York, I met a couple guys like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is accurate.
And also, this was 2012, 2013. I think it was more of a thing where
can
people would
you
really
can
be saying
feel
bro
it.
all the time. It was like a fad.
Yeah, it is a very of its era. And I don't mean that as a disrespect. I kind of like that it's like gonna be like a time capsule in comics. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, but it feels very like I said, this goes back to it being a slice of life comic. It feels very real. This is what 2012 felt like.
Yeah. They even mentioned Hurricane Sandy.
Oh, that Hurricane Sandy episode was awesome.
Hurricane Sandy episode.
Episode.
I'll
That
drink
was a
for
good
that.
one,
That'll
though.
count towards my drinking game. Cody's saying the wrong thing.
Wait, yeah. So what is this drinking game by the way?
Oh, man. Okay. Because
We're already
every
like
time
40 minutes in. and we
I
haven't-
know, and it just didn't happen. So every time we would say in another episode, we're talking about this, Cody would say Matt Faction. So I wanted to drink anytime Cody said, but he hasn't even
He
said
hasn't
fraction.
done it.
so
Dude, it's a new Cody.
it's in
New
the
Cody, new driving status, new Cody.
Stupid.
But yeah, okay, so let's get into some of the storylines. So yeah, so Sandy, first of all, the dad, the old man, looked like Uncle Junior to me.
He did, yeah.
Yeah,
know?
bigger
That's who
Uncle
I thought he
Junior
was.
vibes from the old man.
Yeah.
And whoa, that was
Whoa.
crazy.
Jake, yeah, I think Zoom just committed a hate crime because you literally froze and you were like, Jew, 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 Jew.
Yeah.
Wait, Cody, you heard that?
Oh, I heard it.
Is it
Yeah.
coming from my microphone? I think.
Yeah,
But for me, didn't freeze. Jake like glitched. It was awesome. But you did say Jew over and over repeatedly.
It was really just that one moment. That's what I'm saying. Like Zoom was like, I got you.
Okay, so yeah, the Hurricane Sandy.
What was his name? Grills? Gil?
Yeah.
Gil.
Who gets killed by the clown.
Yeah, that was
Gil,
sad.
who manned the grill. Yeah. R.I.P. That was sad. I liked all the neighbors. They felt very real.
Yes.
I would have liked to see that in the show almost
I agree.
more.
It wasn't enough.
Like his relationship with the people in the building. That would be cool.
Would have been way cooler. Honestly, the show, just like typical Marvel.
I'm drinking for that.
Typical Marvel. They will cherry pick some of a run, but not enough to make it worthwhile. So they ruined it because they'll never be able to do a Hawkeye thing because they already literally did it and it was just mid.
Man, I disagree. I disagree. Like I thought the show. Okay, let's another scene. The car chase. I think it's one of the best car chases ever. You know, like in the comic. You know,
you talking about this comic? Yeah. They did it in the show too.
I thought they did it justice in the show, like because you get to see trick arrows, like the close-ups in the panels of that was really cool.
Oh,
that was a great issue just overall. And no, don't get me wrong, the show wasn't one for one recreation, but I thought they hit those kind of cool moments that like without that moment, like it would have been a waste of cherry picking this run, I would say.
I think there's definitely, you mentioned earlier about how this has Brubaker flavors. I think it's because like for one, the pastels might be like, go back to what I said about it having like a 60s vibe, but it's like almost like there are aspects like the way he's always chasing the girl. There's aspects that are like a classic James Bond movie.
Yes.
You know, the gadgetry.
Yeah. I like that the comic is a mix. Like his adventures, both their adventures could be like, you know, LA crime, or it could be saving the neighborhood, or like dealing with us.
I like when they're in Madripoor.
Yes, Madam Mask. She's insane.
I will say I liked, that was actually my first time ever even hearing about Madam Mask. I
had no idea.
Heard of her. I thought she was a cool villain.
She's a great villain. Yeah. You don't fuck with Madam Mask.
And she's like one of the main villains of the series.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't think when I was reading comics, like I had ever read anything with her. And like, that's what this comic does. It made me a fan of Kate Bishop, of Hawkeye, of Madam Mask, you know, like it's cool when a writer could really do that, you know?
True. I really liked the issues in Madripoor. I thought those were cool.
Oh, they were awesome because they felt like a James Bond.
Yeah, exactly. Like behind enemy lines.
Yeah,
infiltrating this evil organization.
Mm-hmm. And he has no powers. Like usually in Madripoor, it's like Wolverine is there, and like he's gonna fuck some ninjas up. But
crazy supervillain.
Clint is constantly getting his ass kicked, which I love.
I love that. Yeah, it's cool that he's constantly getting fucked up.
Yeah. He likes seeing that. No, I think we've talked about that for a bunch of comics, but yeah, it is rewarding. Like
I think because like, we read these stories of superheroes who are all powerful. It is like refreshing to see the more human side of them and them get their asses kicked. And it also feels like there are stakes because it's like you read a Superman comic, like he's not really going to get fucked up. Like there might be cool fights, but ultimately he'll come out on top.
Yeah.
But with someone with no powers, you're just like, oh shit. Like,
yeah,
it's cool to see him get his ass beat.
And it's cool that like if he gets his ass beat especially bad in one issue, in the next issue he'll have his arm in a sling.
Yeah,
he's not like automatically all better. He's like still sore from the previous issue's fight. Yeah.
Also, like he disappoints people. And that fucks up his life.
I love that.
He makes mistakes.
Another reason Anthony's Hawkeye, constantly disappointing me.
Oh.
So Anthony, I'm the Barry to your Hawkeye.
Yeah, you're my brother.
Barney, drink again. Drink again.
It's my fifth beer.
Yeah, it's cool. Like when we talk about when we give a synopsis, there isn't like one synopsis for this book.
No, I mean there's like a through story, and
there's like a thread, which is like Kate Bishop comes into the scene. She's Hawkeye. She wants to be Hawkeye. Hawkeye doesn't quite want her around, but then like comes around. Then she goes on her own. Like
he also like depends on her.
Yeah. Well, especially in the end.
I guess you could also say, it's like the tracksuit mafia thinks they own this building, but Hawkeye's protecting it, and he's constantly they're just scuffling the whole time. It's like a turf war almost. Like he's kicking their ass, they're kicking his ass. Like that's where I like the bros, where like there would be like this recurring gag where it's like these two dudes in a van, and it's like, bro, seriously, bro. And then like they'll get their ass beat like in a different way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always kept reading it. In my head, it sounded really funny. So like I was like, all right, this works.
No, it is. I think it is funny. And I like it. I love the issue when he's helping out that redhead.
Oh, Cherry, yeah.
Cherry.
I didn't trust her from jump.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Of course not. Yeah, femme
You
fatale
can't.
all the way.
Yeah, she's definitely a femme fatale. She's like,
And she's a ginger. Let's not gloss over it.
yeah.
Let's not gloss over.
Not
I
to be
never
trusted.
could. No.
No, gingers are cool. They're now officially accepted as black people too, by the way.
Well, I think it's
Confirmed.
yeah.
No,
They
dude,
say
it's
that
all
on
been all over the
social
internet.
media. Yeah, black people
Yeah.
being like, if you're ginger, you're black.
If you're ginger, you're black.
I think one of the things that led to it is that like when recasting, it was always the ginger role that got given to a black actor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Ariel. There's just like a ton. Like,
I've seen something like this.
There's
Yeah,
a long series of like if they want to put more diversity in, they'll just swap the ginger out for a black person. Hollywood, we're on to you.
Yeah. Coming for you, Hollywood. I like the use that, like, even though the majority of the time both Hawkeyes were very rarely wearing a costume, that like David Aja always incorporated purple in some way.
Oh yeah, I forgot to do this.
Sometimes he would have like a purple tie.
I'm purple now for the rest of the episode.
Nice, the purple man.
Yeah, I liked that. I liked that there would always be something that's purple on them.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
Thought that was a cool creative
Dude, I loved
niche.
Kate Bishop's LA run. I love that run. I thought when it first started happening, I was like, ugh, I don't really want to read these Kate Bishops. So they were awesome.
Yeah,
They were
great.
awesome.
They were
I felt
great.
the same way too. I wasn't too excited about it, and then I was.
Yeah, then it was just dope.
That's what I'm saying. Like even those issues, because you like Kate Bishop.
I was just going to say, they do the same thing they do in LA as they did for Hawkeye and his neighbors in New York. There's the gay neighbors. There's, you know what I mean? Like, there's that one homeless dude she helps. She like builds her resume of.
Oh yeah, the guy that's like the Beach Boys analog.
Yeah.
Yeah. She also helps the lesbian couple.
Yeah.
Right?
They're the ones who give her the place to stay.
Yeah, exactly.
On the beach.
If they watch her cats or dogs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're helping just people on the ground, which is awesome too. Yeah, there's no Avengers level threat in this comic whatsoever. So if you don't like regular superhero stuff, it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't, like, he is a superhero, quote unquote. But
she's helping the LGBTQT community out,
Truly.
which, depending on what side of the political spectrum you're on, you might consider an Avengers level threat.
Oh man,
That's fucking
I mean, there's probably people that really will be like, this comic is woke.
Oh, you already know. If the Marvel Universe was real, well, that too, but there would be politicians that are like, you see this? They got gay Avengers now?
For real, though.
But no, yeah, all her stories were cool. I did like all of them. It was really just like sometimes the dialogue of reading it didn't flow as easy for me. And that kind of played a role in the number that I was going to give it.
But then, like, what about, okay, so I thought there were two really crazy inventive issues. The first being like the pizza dog one,
Yeah,
where it's from his
Pizza
perspective.
Dog was great.
A little bit of We Three in there. It was giving me
Ooh.
those vibes, but like,
I agree.
it was just really cool to follow him around. He's following.
Yeah, they have
you
that
know-
one like 2-page spread where it's like shows everywhere that he walks, and you know what I mean?
And like, he doesn't have thoughts, but like all these like little images that he like, you know, that's how he interprets the world. He even has a little fling on the side where
he's a female dog.
The dog's apartment, and they banged, but he's got to continue this investigation.
Yeah, man. Pizza Dog was literally Dog Hawkeye.
Yeah,
Clapping
he really
cheeks.
was. He really was. And I don't know that episode. Wow, Cody, you got me.
Cody is
I need to take a drink now.
He's infected you.
Fuck. But like, and then at one point in the comic, the clown stabs Hawkeye in his ears and makes him deaf.
Yeah.
And Clint Barton Hawkeye. And so that next issue, like it's half silent, like murmurs and stuff. He starts to learn how to read lips. But like there's sign language panels, which is also like you've never seen that in a comic. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. This comic is next level in a lot of ways. Like
I agree with Anthony.
It's just breaking ground and like doing things like, I don't know, like that's just really cool to me. Like if you put something in a comic that I've never seen in another comic, whether by my own ignorance or after having read so many comics, someone still hasn't done that. Holy shit. That's hard to do. That's,
True. I guess as someone like myself who's always been an ally to the hearing impaired community, it takes a little more to impress me.
See, but
I couldn't tell if that was serious or not.
It definitely was that.
It wasn't, but when you guys stopped laughing, I was like, all right. Well.
No.
I had to think
I mean, I'm not an ally to the hearing.
That's the
shout out to the hearing impaired.
Literally shout out to them. They won't be
I
able
know
to
that's the joke.
I know.
Cody. That's hilarious.
Oh.
No, you're right, though. That actually is, I didn't even think about that. There are a lot of creative things being done in this comic that when I genuinely think about, I have not seen. That might raise it. Some.
Whoa. Ayo. We're juicing.
The numbers are being crunched.
Speaking of juice, I feel like the girl in Willy Wonka, Violet.
Oh, Anthony, you're going to puff up like a balloon.
That's hilarious.
In the book, they have to de-juice her. I don't know if they say that in the movie, but that's how they fix her.
No.
Don't you worry, Anthony. I plan on de-juicing you.
Cody's been trying to dejuice you for a long time now.
Don't I know it, brother?
What if Cody was on his deathbed? Like he's for sure gonna die.
Yeah,
right.
And his last wish to you, he's like, Anthony, just let me juice you. Would you do it?
Let me juice you.
Let me say this loud and clear. No.
Wow.
Whoa. I know
your best friend is dying.
I know for a fact Jake would be like, all right.
Did you say Cody's my best friend?
I'm one of them.
What? Wow. Anthony coming out here hard.
Yeah, Anthony.
He basically said, Jake, what did you just say? Oh, Cody, my best friend. He got offended that I said that. Jesus.
In my head, you and Cody, Jake and Cody are the duo. Like I can't come between them.
Wow. I can't. But still, I would never.
See, in my head, we're all peers.
Cody's like the Joker. He's like so sane that he's insane.
That's a very Joker laugh, too.
Like Mark Hamill Joker.
Yeah, exactly. It's hilarious.
Oh.
Like it's not the kind of comic where we could say, who could you cast? Because again, it has that MCU synergy left and right.
I mean, yeah.
I like Jeremy Renner. I never disliked what he did with Hawkeye. I've heard that the only reason we haven't gotten Hawkeye season 2 is because Disney is like, hey, we don't want to pay you.
No, he was on Joe Rogan's podcast and he said that they wanted to pay him like
way less
or the same, and he was like, no.
Yeah,
like, that's crazy.
Especially because he got into that accident, and so now it's harder for him to do everything.
For him to do stunts and shit.
Yeah.
And so he was like, no, I'm all good.
Yeah.
I mean, Marvel also
him,
screwed over what's her name, who played Proxima Midnight from White Lotus season 3.
Oh yeah, Carrie Coon.
She talked about that, and she stood her ground. She was like, "No,
yeah, no, they screwed over They screwed over Scarlett Johansson. Do you remember that? She had to fight Disney as well.
Yeah. Proxima Midnight. Who was it? What?
That was Carrie Coon from White Lotus season 3. She played
Or The Leftovers.
Okay.
it was Leftovers. She played the female Thanos' minion person.
Yeah.
God,
CGI character.
shit. Okay. I didn't even realize
she
that.
was wasted.
A lot of people didn't. Exactly. She was wasted. Because like here you casted this phenomenal actor only for her to have like 3 lines tops.
Yeah.
It's like
And get chewed up by that spinny thing or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then they asked her to come back for Endgame and they told her they were going to pay her less and she was like, "Nah, I'm all good."
Good for her.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck Disney.
Whoa.
That's what we say here.
Ooh.
I'm a big
Cody
fuck-
Feige. So says Cody Feige.
Yeah, I'm a big fuck Disney, man. They're just kind of the worst.
I think Kevin Feige should step down after Secret Wars and just,
I
let
think
someone
so.
else do something with this
It's
universe.
about damn time.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's time for like a different creative person to come in.
What they need to do is just pick somebody who's crushing it at the comics. You know how they'll put somebody like Jeff Johns has had like writing or
But that doesn't translate to movies.
I
and
agree. Like, why would that
television.
make him like
Yeah.
maybe in a story capacity, but I don't think as like a producer.
Well, what they need to do is like how Penguin, that showrunner, Karen, I forget her last name, something, she killed it. And that was like one of her first big projects ever.
Mm.
They need to get like new blood, like new talent.
yeah, we don't need the same old crusty white men running the show.
Exactly.
No, I think the thing is they have been in a lot of recent projects giving it to, people of color
To
and
non-crusties?
to non-crusties. Yeah, let's call them that. But I think DC is utilizing creative talent way better, or the way they seem to be doing it so far.
Well-
Like, you know how like we've heard like James Mangold is going to do Swamp Thing. Like I know Swamp Thing is not going to feel the same as Superman Legacy, or it's just called
Facts.
Superman now. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
Facts.
even if Disney puts the most diverse directors and showrunners out there, they still want that like Kevin Feige Disneyfied version of whatever big idea they have. It
You
seems
don't
across
need
the board.
diverse. I mean, Tony Gilroy is doing Andor and single-handedly keeping Star Wars is cool.
No, for sure. But all I mean to say is like I think like there are a lot of creative voices out there, but Disney, like, even the way they use I thought Sam Raimi was one of the few that, made his feel different than other MCU. Ryan Coogler, even with Black Panther movies,
The Cougs.
Yeah.
while both movies still feel MCU, they still feel more like the director had more of a creative input. Even to Taika Waititi,
Yeah,
where he
Love and
fucked up Love
Thunder.
and Thunder.
Yeah, but
that's on
Ragnarok
him.
was great.
That's on
Ragnarok
him.
was great though.
Yeah, Ragnarok was great.
Yeah, but Love and Thunder, they gave him too much control and it backfired.
Yeah. I think you just need like this comic, like there's no restraints to it, which makes it really cool. There's no like blueprint to this comic. I think Matt Fraction, before he wrote this, he wanted to just take a break from writing comics because he had just been writing maybe X-Men and just a lot of big things for Marvel. And they're like, do you want to take a break or just write Hawkeye? And he was like, all right, I'll do Hawkeye. And it became like, I think this is one of his best series ever, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Fraction, I've read a couple of
Sex
his.
Criminals.
Yeah. And did we covered one of his, didn't we?
I'm not sure if we did yet.
Mm.
I've read his Jimmy Olsen is one of the funniest comics I've ever read. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen.
I didn't finish the series, but he had a great run with Daredevil.
No, he never wrote Daredevil.
Wait, are you sure? I swear he did.
He did Uncanny X-Men.
Come
He's
on,
doing
bro.
the new Batman. He's about to write Batman
Nice.
with the blue suit coming back.
Yeah, I like that blue suit
Oh.
coming back. Shit looks sick.
Damn, why can't I think of what Matt Fraction has wrote? But I don't remember him writing Daredevil.
I might be wrong, but I don't think I am.
I'm not trying to he wrote Iron Man. Okay. I've read
Look
some
up
of his
Daredevil.
Iron Man.
Did he do Daredevil?
No.
Are you sure?
Positive, dude. I think he did some Iron Fist. Him and Brubaker did some Iron Fist.
Oh, Ruby baby.
They've crossed paths.
Bruberino.
Yeah, maybe some Thor, maybe some he did Fantastic Four. I thought his Fantastic Four was really
I
cool.
didn't read it.
It's not the main team. He has a different team going, or he might have done both. But yeah,
Did you do
no
Manhattan
Daredevil.
Projects?
No, that was
No.
Hickman, dude.
Hickman.
Yeah, seriously.
Why can't I remember?
You're off your
anything?
rocker, bro. I'm not Googling
I know.
anymore.
I think that means we're at the Nexus.
Ooh,
The
wait, we
next
didn't even talk
season.
about Flint Ward, the Weed Lord.
Oh yeah,
Remember that
Flint
guy?
Lord was
Yeah.
awesome. I love Flint Lord.
that
the Weed
was
Lord.
cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that. I don't have anything else to say about the guy.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I think we made it to the Nexus, but I've always known my score.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it? What is it, big dog?
It's a 6. Come on.
Okay, all right. Cody?
Well, I'm going to come out and say it. You can count me as a hawkhead. This is 6 from me, buddy.
Stupid.
Oh, I like how that one guy, Gil, called him Hawk Guy.
Yeah.
And there's that whole like Hawk Eye? No, Hawk Guy. And like it's going back and forth. And like,
yeah.
I like that one. That was funny.
Well, for me, it was more like Hawk Tua. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I mean, wait, is that a good...
I don't know. I just felt like saying that. I'm going to give it a 5, you guys.
Ooh.
That's not bad at all.
Disappointing crowd noise. It's not bad. We just, we wanted to hear Satan. No, it's fine.
It's a 5. It's a 5 for me.
I mean, to me, it's
comic.
a masterpiece, but a 5, okay.
I agree with.
See, I honestly, I would not go that far. That sounds crazy.
I go that
That's
far.
crazy.
For me,
that's genuinely not even trying to start shit. I find that to be crazy.
No.
A masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
Totally agree.
So okay, so we're talking comic book masterpieces. You're putting this up there with like Alex Ross Justice.
Yes, better than Alex Ross Justice.
No,
What?
that's cap. That's cap.
cap.
I agree with Jake.
No, it's
I
not.
agree
I
with
love
Jake.
Justice.
Oh
I
my
love Justice.
God.
I put this over Justice.
No.
What? That's so
I put
lame.
this under Justice, but I do think it's up there with masterpieces. I think it's a modern masterpiece of storytelling.
So crazy.
I think it's amazing.
It's
That's
not
so
crazy to me. Like, yeah, it is. Like,
Kingdom Come. You're putting this up there with Kingdom Come.
yeah. And hold on, my list is crazy because I like Justice.
Your list is.
I like Justice more than Kingdom Come. So
I do too. I like Justice more than Kingdom Come.
But
a lot of people like
this.
Kingdom Come more. But
A lot of people like Kingdom Come. I like Justice.
I like Justice more.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, it's hard to say. It's kind of apples to oranges. They're two completely different comics, to be honest.
No. These are apples, oranges. They're all the same in this book.
But to like Cody's point, like this is such a slice of life comic too, and I really
that's
like
fine,
that.
but
really
that doesn't
like that.
make it a masterpiece.
I think it's a masterpiece.
I think when you're doing that with the superhero genre and you're doing it really well, like this comic does, and it's making you like a character like Hawkeye, which I didn't before, or it makes me want to read more Hawkeye. It makes me want to reread this. Like, I don't know, it's just doing things in my brain.
I
man.
liked the Moon Knight comic way more than this, if I'm being honest.
Jeff Lemire's Moon Knight.
Jeff Lemire's Moon Knight.
I like this more than that. Yeah,
I like this more than that.
I like Jeff
too.
Lemire's Moon Knight
more than that.
more than
I like
this.
this way more than that. Like I like Jeff Lemire's Moon Knight, but I like this.
This is
way more.
This is craziness, you guys.
No. I think most people would agree with us.
I actually don't think most people would agree with that.
No, I think
Let's take a poll then. Let's do this.
Yeah, we should.
We got to ask a few questions though. We got to ask: A, is this a masterpiece? B, is it on par with Alex Ross Justice?
okay.
Like, no.
I think that's crazy too. I do think that that's a little crazy.
See, thank you, Cody.
I do think that's
Cody has some shred of sense.
But I do think it's a masterpiece. But I do
it's good
think
to know
it's
that CTE hasn't completely destroyed your brain.
I do.
I'm beginning to wonder if Anthony has some residual CTE.
It's leaking over into me.
Yeah.
No, I just really, really love this comic. It doesn't matter what number we put on it. I think
It's true.
it's just a comic everyone needs to read.
You guys, I respect all opinions, no matter how wrong they are. So it's totally fine. I get it. Sometimes we want to say crazy things so we can be relevant.
I'm not crazy. I'm looking at it now. Hey, I'm not completely crazy. He did a run with Matt Fraction did a Daredevil run.
Dude, I wasn't the one. That was Anthony
I know.
Gaslight Iannaccio over here.
Sorry that I Googled Matt Fraction books and I'm scrolling through like 15 books and I'm still not seeing Daredevil.
Well,
Cody.
it's there.
Literally
It's
none
there.
of what did Matt Fraction Daredevil? Let's look it up. Let's see if Cody's gaslighting me.
I've
That's true.
never gaslit anybody.
There's potential for there to be mutual gaslighting going on.
I just don't remember him writing it.
Oh, he did it because it was shortly after this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was around the same time.
Okay, so I would say, for instance, if you're a listener or someone that really liked Hawkeye, I'm not saying it's the same, but Chris Samney, he's a really good artist that does. I'm not saying the art is even similar. It's just the vibe is similar. So like, there's a Black Widow run he does with Mark Waid that kind of captures the same feel, if you know what I'm saying. How like the panels does like the panels do like this bit of a close up of certain details in the action, like maybe someone's weapon or what their fist is doing or whatever. Like that happens a lot in one of those. Like I like that in a comic. It works really well. And then they also do a Daredevil run. Just
Mark
to go
Waid's
back to
Daredevil.
Yeah.
Mark Waid's Daredevil is the one I thought. It wasn't Fraction. Damn it, I said it finally. Take a drink, Anthony, bitch.
It's like literally my last sip.
Nice. But yeah, it was Mark Waid's Daredevil is the one that I'm thinking of.
Yeah. That's a really fun one too.
Yeah.
Like this is a fun comic too. Like it's not so it's like a downer sometimes, but like the whole tone of it just feels, you know, I don't know. Jake is never going to be convinced, but I'm
checked. That's crazy to me. I'm sorry.
What's crazy?
A, that this is a masterpiece, and B, that you're putting this up there with like Alex Ross Justice League.
Oh, I mean, I agree that it's a masterpiece. I think
Cody, your opinion on anything as like a way to like affirm someone else's.
What the fuck does that mean? What kind of bullshit is that? I think I got better taste than you.
Oh.
That's insane. Oh.
Tell us, commies, who has the best taste in comics?
Yeah. Rank us.
Yeah. Rank us in terms
taste.
of, yeah, you can comment on Spotify. So that's the best way to let the public know so we can all see.
Yeah. Yeah. Be like,
comment on this episode.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Was this a masterpiece? Is it on par or better or worse than Alex Ross's Justice?
Does Cody have better taste than Jake?
No, out of the three of us. I'm throwing me into the ring.
Yeah, we're ranking.
I would say it would really be between me and Anthony.
For taste? Fuck you. I think I have better taste than you.
In what? Like comics or just anything?
Everything.
That's crazy.
And we can't say Anthony has the best taste. He's always wearing a Weezer hat.
Damn. Cody just won me with that one. I'm not gonna lie.
We're just talking about best taste in comics for now.
Okay.
For now.
Comics.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if I'm gonna be honest, then I think just you guys are both. I think especially going into this podcast.
I'm just talking shit.
Oh, I know, but I do want to say. I mean, I'm not that worked up about the taste.
You
thing.
unzipped him. Juices are flowing out now.
No, but I'm saying I went into this pod knowing I think I was the least comic savvy of the three of us.
You were?
And now we made you a god.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. If it wasn't for you guys, who knows where it'd be.
You would just be a mere mortal.
I'd probably be dead.
But it just goes to show you, if you stick with us, meaning me and Jake, that you too can learn how to read lots of great comics.
Whoa.
That's true.
That's what you just said to us, Cody.
Yeah, but I've also suggested some solid comics.
Cody was a joke. Little baby Cody.
Yeah, what?
What? Should we end it on this lame note?
No,
We should end it on a downer.
like this is comic. No, honestly, it was feeling pretty optimistic at the end.
I came into it knowing I was going to give it a 5, and nothing really changed my mind.
Now, you literally said, I think I'm going to give it more. And then you backed down like a coward.
Oh, you backed down.
It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. I crunched the math. The arithmetic wasn't lining up.
No, I do think this is a modern masterpiece. I think of the comics we've read. I don't know how many we've read over the past, 4 years?
You've read a lot.
I know modern masterpieces. I've created a lot. And this one.
I've created a lot of masterpieces.
I don't know. Like, if you were reading comics in 2012, this was for sure a standout, but like you were still being spoiled in 2012. Like, I think Saga started back then.
I rarely read the comics in the years that they come out.
No, for sure. But I'm saying like this comic, I think when it came out, people loved it and has stood the test of time. At least for me.
Yeah, for
and
me
a lot
too.
of other people.
For me too. This comic, I started out, I think I only read the first 6 issues and I loved it.
Yeah, which is also like, yeah, great. Like, even if you only read the first volume.
No, not even just the 6. Sorry. I think I read like the first 5 or 6. How many volumes is it total?
It's 22 issues plus the annual.
So like 5 volumes or something like that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like if you bought them as volumes, you like one volume, like eventually it's Kate and Clint split off.
Yeah.
So like you're getting just her like in the omnibus, it was reading back and, going back and forth between each issue. But if you got a trade, it wouldn't be that way. So I guess a different reading experience. But Jake, I honestly think like if you'll probably pick this up again, maybe let's say 5 or 10 years down the road, whenever you're feeling bored, and I think you'll like it a little bit more.
That's probably true.
Yeah, like I feel like it sits once you sit with it. I'm telling you, like it was different at the time, and like reading it so many years later, I don't know.
Great.
It's so good.
It's like the Bob Hoskins Marrier Brothers. It was too ahead of its time and is more appreciated now years later.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still
You're
letting
right.
it stew.
A masterpiece.
I'm still letting it stew. I'm not ready to take it out yet. Yeah,
cool.
Hawkeye.
Okay, is that it?
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jake FH.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics and Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.